Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everyone. We have so many people from all over the world. I hope you guys are all safe and excited to be here. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world, right? With COVID and lockdowns and everything else going on. And I'm sure you're safe, right? Well, we're not going to talk about all this negative stuff that's happening in the world. We're going to really focus on creating something new for yourself. And today I'm really fortunate to be able to have a conversation with an individual who is I call him a super leader, is an average guy who actually saw something in 2013, and he decided to make it his life journey to help other people around the world. He's a very successful entrepreneur, and he's actually lived in the U.S. for about 30 years, and he decided to go back to Taiwan. So I want you to help me welcome my really good friend, Mrs. Robert from Taiwan. Robert Ting.
Hi, Vas. Morning, everyone. So, am I sounds clear, Vas?
Yes, yes, you
Okay,
are clear.
that's
You
good.
could be a
That's
little,
good.
yeah, very clear.
And
I could hear you. Out the
you
rest
can
of the
hear
world
me.
can hear you.
That's good. That's good. That's our
So,
voice to speak. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. How are you, Robert? How's everything going?
I'm fine
Taiwan,
here.
huh?
Yeah, we have pretty good control of the COVID-19 because
Hmm.
Taiwan is a small island, so
Yeah.
it's much better because Vas. To be honest, I'm very worried about you.
Oh, you are. Why are you worried about me?
Because the COVID-19. I just heard that the U.S. Is enter the California enter the second lockdown again.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
So how
It's
are you? How's all the friends there? Everybody okay?
everybody's good, Robert. And you know what? You're right. People are worried, especially people who are living outside of the US. They're wondering what's going on in second lockdown, biggest issues taking place around the world. And at the same time, Robert, what I see is people are really reinventing themselves now. They are
Oh,
worried, and I think it's been so long now. They're like, oh, not another lockdown again. The way people are being, and people are being safer. There are people wearing masks more than ever before now, and at the same time, there are some that are not. So people are taking precautions, but at the same time, Robert, the conversations I have with friends is they're reinventing themselves because they're not certain of the future. They're uncertain about it, so they're wondering what's next. So I think that's why it's so perfect. And I've been very busy with these Zoom webinars and trainings because they're wondering, okay, well, I need to see what else is out there.
yeah.
And
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
and no, and the thing is, a lot of the people don't know how to, once I present what this online adventure is, they don't know what to do first. So I think this training that you came up with the perfect idea of how do we invite people to get on a webinar, because we don't have live events at the moment, right, Robert? So
That's
how do
correct.
we
That's
how
correct.
do we invite people? How do we have a conversation with someone about something that you saw? I mean, most of the people on this Zoom webinar has been to a presentation or seen a presentation. That's why you got excited. They came aboard the journey, right? They decided they want to make a difference for themselves. And what I've discovered, Robert, is now what? What do I do next? Because again, these are all new. It's a whole new territory that they're in. So before we get started, but I like for you to share with people about your background, because you have a really remarkable, unique background that people can relate to, and because you and I are just average people, Robert. We're just, we saw something and we took action. Not
Thanks,
to call,
Vas.
no, okay, not to call you average. I'm the average one. How's that?
No. Vas is mistake. No, actually, Vas, I envy you because you are about you 50 plus, but you look like 35 years
53.
old. That's the first
Yeah.
thing I have comment
Thank
about
you.
you.
It's a lot of
Uh,
serum.
Sarah, very good.
Serum, reserve, AM,
Uh,
PM, everything.
the only thing I can beat you is I have a little bit more hair than you
Yeah,
do.
you
Okay,
do.
that's something I'm proud. Okay, actually, I just that's I'm just normal person. Okay, I was born in Taiwan. I came to the U.S. in 1989.
Mhm.
To get my master's degree there, and then after I graduated, I worked for 3 years for the company.
Mm.
And in that period, I realized that no matter how hard I work, my pay cannot compete with the time I offer for the company. So that's the time really transferred me to entrepreneur journey, because I know I got to be my own boss. I got to be master of my life, not the builder for the other people's dream. So after the graduate for 3 years, I started entrepreneur. So I have my own computer company, and I have the other five chainsaw. And life is like that. But Vas, you are entrepreneur too. So when the trend change, when the time change, the way you making money is changing.
Sure.
Okay. Why I want to switch to genetics? Because the first is sadly because of internet. Okay, there are a lot of internet store that compress our the profit zone. So
Mm.
we cannot make that kind of much money. So
Mm.
it's very difficult. But luckily, at that moment, I found genetics.
Mm.
And through the evaluation, try the product. At the 2013, I decide, well, this is gonna be my next career. So
Mm.
I 100% in every 2013, and that's who I am right now. But Vas, if you know me at 2013,
Uh-huh.
you will see complete different Robert.
Really?
It's not like this. I know I'm not handsome, but I'm
Yeah,
more
you're very
friendly.
handsome.
Okay, so that's about me. So today,
So
I
I
would
have a
like to
question.
take a
I have a
chance. Go
question
ahead.
about that, Robert. Now,
Go
and
ahead.
I know there's a lot of people after 3 years, being in company. You went to school, you got the education that you need, and you went to get a job. And after 3 years, you decided to leave the job. Now, most people, when they have that degree, they got the first job, they're excited. They want to work for that retirement and the gold watch and all these things. You saw early on that it was not the way to have control of your life. That's why you became your own boss.
Well, you can see that's a pattern. Why I need to leave the Taiwan to go to US, because I want a better life, because
Mm,
I want because I always envy that American life. So that's
mm,
called American dream.
mm,
And in that 3 years I working for the company, I find out I just work with somebody else. Okay, I cannot be the master of my life. I cannot control that. I just help my owner, the boss, to build out their dream. So
sure.
I don't want to live life like that. Just like Beth, you are the entrepreneur too. So you think
Yes.
about at the beginning why you want to be entrepreneur,
Yeah.
because our heart tell us I got to do that.
Yeah.
I got to control my life, because I don't want always work for somebody else all my life. But don't mistake me. I didn't
Yeah.
say that was wrong. But you got to follow your heart. What is right? You are the only one can tell that is right or not. So I respect people working for the company. I salute them. But I respect the people they want to go out and find something more interesting outside. So that's why I want to, be entrepreneur, just like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've had a lot of experiences. You've had ups and downs, tribulations. You went through the the how do I say the things that come our way, and you were able to overcome those, Robert. Now, when somebody is new, right, when they started new, people say that this is easy business. Actually, it's a lot of work, and it
Correct.
takes that patience, persistence, tenacity, stickability, and focus on what do we focus on? What is a person focus on, right? And you talked about the person's why. Can you elaborate on that? The importance of that?
You mean that when the person enter the gymnast, okay,
Yeah,
they know their why, okay,
sure.
and just like you said, okay, it's an entrepreneur. You are entrepreneur. When you start any career, you gotta have procedures there. You gotta do some step by step. Is what your
Mhm.
question?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Through my experience, I can my point of view. The first, okay, uh, you got to know what genetics can do for the people. Because if you want to share something, you got to know what you have. So genetics can do for people is like the product, is a platform or there's a new way of life or the business model. So you got to know what genetics can do for the people. So this business is different from anything else. We are go there to share, to helping people, but you got to know what we can do the people. So first you got to know genetics, what they can do. Second, you got to have the right attitude. Okay.
Very important.
And I always encourage people, you got to have something in your mind. What should I do to be helpful today? When you talk to somebody else, okay, you are helping. We're not a salesperson. We are solution provider. So if you want to do that, you got to find out what the people really need, correct? So you can offer the help. But if you want to do that, first thing, very simple, you got to listen. Not use the mouse, use your ear.
Yeah.
When you listen and you know what they need. And the third thing, after that, you got to find out who you are going to share, correct? Yeah, just like you do the business, where is your customer? So you got to make a name list.
Yeah.
Right? You got to, just like everybody else, you got to make a name list. So I can share some tip, when you make a name list, and you can start with this kind of people, you will get a higher success rate first, okay? And you got to share with people, you got to put down the name, people who have the needs. Okay, you probably know your friend, they probably have this, probably they want that, okay, people they have need. Second, people that trusting in you. This is very important. When we do the business, okay, you gotta, the trust is the most important when you do the business with everyone else. And the third thing is you gotta find the positive and open-minded people. Vas, I've been in the company when I work, I know a lot of people, they are smart, but they don't have open-minded. They are blocked. They want to put themselves in the safe zone. Okay, so, well, if they want to do that, nothing we can do. We are not teaching the people, we are leading the people. But the first thing is he are willing to be lead. So positive and open-minded, okay? And the fourth thing is that people, they are looking for the job, changing the job, and looking for the opportunity. So that's the list you're gonna put there. Why we do that? Just like anybody, any business, just like what we do in school. You gotta have the target. So that's the analysis way to do that. The first thing is you gotta invite the people, invitation, correct? And you find all that, you gotta talk to them. But how you gonna talk to them? So they have two kind of invitation. First, I call the warm-up invitation. Okay. Just like your friend.
Warm-up invitation.
Yeah. Why you need a warm-up invitation? Because you need to find what they really want.
Yeah.
You cannot get.
And that's what you're talking about, the listening part, to ask them to have questions. Yeah. So I am listening to what they're wanting. It's
correct.
Important.
Yeah. So you are so successful. So you gotta listen to them. So you gotta invite them just like all friends. At this point, usually we don't talk about the business because why? One invitation, you gotta find out what they want. Okay. The second one is you pass that, or you already know what they really want strongly. Then you can do that we call the ABC invitation. You can invite the people to the ABC. I'm gonna expand ABC later because at the beginning, that's when we go to any new business, we are not familiar with. So only thing what we can do, you gotta learn.
Yeah. I mean, it's like starting a new job, right, Robert? You go to a new job, you have that period of learning, right?
But in traditional way, the traditional learning is long. Like if you go to the real estate, you probably need to get 3 licenses first. No, real estate, 1 license. If you need to go to insurance, you gotta have 3 licenses. Yeah. So probably the first 6 months, you don't have any income because you gotta train. Yeah. But here, why we need ABC? Because we can compress the time. You didn't know everything first, but through the ABCs, you can leverage that. Okay, then you can you don't need the 6 months. You probably need like 1 week or 2 weeks. You gotta learn what genetics can do, basically, and then through the ABC, well, that you can make money. and the last is the ABC. So if you know the why, you can follow the schedule step by step. We call the system. It's fit for you, fit for me, fit for everybody. They are interested in this kind of business.
Robert, you're very successful in this business, and that's not how you started. You started with no money coming in, I mean, building the business, and you built your way up, and now you have teams all over the world. And I think what you're talking about is from your experiences of how people are, right? And I know
Correct.
I learned myself. I did it my way, then I realized that's not how to do it. I have to follow that system you're talking about
Correct.
to learn about, for example, making that list of names. I think that's crucial because a lot of people say, well, it's in my phone. I've
Correct.
learned, Robert, that I have to write that down on a notebook. So I know, the 100 people, even I'm not judging them. I'm just writing everyone down. And like you said, after you write down, I think it's that importance of finding out what their need is. You gotta have that warm conversation, right?
Correct.
And they have to trust you because they're gonna listen to you. And another thing
Correct.
you were talking about is the positive and open-minded, because there's a lot of people out there, they have their minds going everywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's important, like I said, and it's looking for those people who are looking for something different, something more. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Uh, so the ABC. Tell us about ABC.
Okay, so that's my next topic. What is ABC? Okay, first I need to explain. ABC is a brief. A is expert, but don't mistaken. Expert don't need to be the high educated. Okay, expert just the person that can help you most, help the see most. That can be expert.
Hmm.
He can explain it properly. And B is a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
What bridge? Bridge between the expert and you can call the C customer or prospect. So this is A, this is C, and where is bridge? Bridge is here. And who is the bridge? If you X ABC, you are the bridge. You are the one bridge from A to C. Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
what's the relationship? Okay. So B, if you that's for example, you are the B. So
So
you know.
let's do this. Let's do this. So Robert, you're the A. You're the expert
Okay.
on how to have a conversation. I'm the B. I'm the one who's speaking to my friend. Let's say my friend Kim. I'm having a conversation with Kim, and I don't
Okay.
know what I'm doing. I'm new at this, and then again, I have to listen for what they want. Like you said, I have to really pay attention. What's important to them, right? They're positive. They're looking for something, and I tell you about them. So then how does the
Okay.
ABC, so you're the A, I'm the B, C is the prospect. For example, in this scenario, I called her Kim, okay?
Okay. Okay. So think about that. Okay. You know the Kim, I'm the A. But
Yes,
no matter how good I am,
yeah.
the Kim didn't know me.
Yeah, Kim doesn't know you, yeah.
So I don't have a value for her. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way is how you can, because the Kim trusted in you, how you
Yes,
can, so Kim will listen to you, but
yeah,
how you transfer the trust from Kim to you to Kim to me.
yeah,
Only
yeah.
one word, edification.
Mm,
You gotta edify me,
mm,
not telling how good I am,
yeah,
but you guys just tell the king, well, I'm at that kind of successful level because I've been successful before and I'm good here, okay? And you can listen to Robert. So
mm-hmm.
what you try to edify is not how much money I have, what kind of title I have, no, but my personality and the characteristic.
Yeah,
Because you gotta let C know I am the best person, can
yeah.
help him meet their need. So you got
Mm-hmm.
edify me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's edification is most important. Okay. The second thing, when you do that, when you invite that, okay, so they have some we call the meeting conduct.
Mm-hmm.
So ABC is, we three together, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
meet at some place, and
Mm-hmm.
I gonna, because Vas, you are new to the business,
Yes,
okay, and you probably didn't know how to uh, present the business.
yeah.
So I am here longer than you, so
Mm-hmm.
I know the proper way to do that.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna have there, and you gotta tell the king, well, if you really want to solve your problem, I think Robert is the right person for you. Okay, Robert is a successful career before, but I think the most important is that he been here for quite some time, and he know how to do the business in internet, and
Mm,
he help a lot of people in business to earn money. So I think
mm,
he's the right person for you. So
got it.
if you really want to go this path, give me 1 hour,
Yep.
and I call Robert, and we set up the meeting, and we can meet together. And can say, okay, it's good because you really know what her need. Okay,
Yeah.
then we set a meeting. So they have something you gotta do there. Okay, uh, the day come first.
Yeah.
Vas, you gotta dress properly
Yes.
because we're talking about business.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
you gotta find some place is more quiet,
Uh,
more elegant, and the atmosphere is good. We can talk. So Ken will listen to me. Okay, the
sure.
first thing. Second thing, you gotta be there earlier and probably 5 to 10 minutes. And don't forget, you gotta edify me again.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, don't get me wrong, Vas, because
Yeah.
I'm not superior than you, but
Yeah.
I am the guy go there to help in that day.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
and you gotta be friendly.
Yeah.
And when the meeting start, remember Vas phone off, turn it off. Just 1 hour, because 1 hour you maybe can find your partner all your life. So
Mm, yeah.
turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second thing is a sit with kin. That one is a psychologist is very important. When we three sit together,
Uh-huh.
okay, you must sit with the kin. Why?
Okay.
You are her friend.
Yes.
Friends always sit side by side.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, only that when you want that the head meeting also, your opponent is on the other side.
I'm on
So
her
at
side.
that
Yes.
time, yeah, you gotta sit with the king. Hey, king, I am on your side because
Yeah.
I know you have a question. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm here to help you, and we can listen to what Robert gonna say. He
That
just
makes
asked her.
perfect
Suppose,
sense, Robert, because
yeah, I'm on your side.
yeah.
Is that's very important.
So
And
you don't
the
want
most
that.
important thing.
Yeah.
Go
So you
ahead.
this way you don't want to have that prospect feel like two people are ganging up on her, right? So I'm sitting
Yeah,
next to her, so I'm on her side. I got it.
yeah.
Perfect. That makes perfect sense.
And all the meeting, Vas, you just sitting there. You don't need to talk, but you just smile, nod it, okay, and just let me do the whole, do the work.
Yeah.
Because if we choose the procedure, I know what Ken really need, and I will do that. You got to trust in me, and you just nod it. And once you do is that sometimes you got to look at the Ken's appearance, her reaction, because sometimes people cannot understand completely. So if you watch her, you will know sometimes her face will show when she meets some question or something she don't understand. Oh, okay. At that time, Vas, take a note. Take a
Got
note.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
So
And
what my job
after
is,
that,
yeah.
participate.
So so what I'm doing is I sit next to her and you're taking over the conversation. I'm just listening. I don't talk at all. My phone is off. I asked her to turn her phone off also before, and I
Correct.
just look to 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 really see her expressions on the reactions to the questions. Like maybe she's not understanding, maybe she's excited. So I take notes. Okay, got it.
And after that, if she forget to ask a question, you can say, King, I saw that you probably do you understand what kind of part? Oh, this one just remind her. Oh, yeah. That one I don't understand what that means. So we can explain to him.
Mm,
Okay. So let King feel, well, we are helping her to solve the problem. That's it. So it's very simple.
mm,
Okay. If you're not familiar with that, let me do the job. So,
mm,
and that's this procedure, this ABC pattern, we can apply to anyone. So
mm.
like today, I'm helping you. After some time, that's you're good. You can be A. You can help the people. Okay,
And
and
I'm learning
you
from your procedure, your techniques, and so forth.
yes, yeah, and we can duplicate that. So
Sure.
that means we can build up the team. Doesn't matter if he's the other country, well, still can do the room. You get it?
So with times
Okay.
like this, Robert, we could do this on Zoom as well, right? Because a lot of times, if they're like, you're in Taiwan right now, I might be here, and Kim might be in another country. So this works perfectly in that scenario also, correct?
That's correct. They have some tip for using room. The first, that's yourself. You gotta get used to the room. So right now we are very comfortable with the room. So like in my team, every time we got a problem, we got a question, we are not just phone call, say, hey, come
Mm,
on, let's get on the room. So I can see the people on the other side.
yes.
So we have the connection. I think it's better because I
Yeah.
see your face, I can
Yeah.
hear you, I can look at you, and the other side they feel more comfortable. So
Sure.
that's when we are get used to the room, and it's like a habit. So every time you want to discover something, come on, let's get on the room.
Sure.
Let's get on the room. Let's
Get on the
get on
Zoom.
the room.
Yeah.
So this one is the best way we can overcome the lockdown. People cannot go out.
Mhm. So it's a
Yeah, and
perfect tool
they
to use.
yeah, and they save the money too. You didn't know that, right?
Yeah,
You didn't
exactly.
travel over the
You don't
long
have to,
way.
you don't have to drive or buy coffee.
Yes, correct. That's correct. That's correct. But I don't mind to buy you a coffee. My treat.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So, so the ABC. So let's continue about that. So then, once that's done, so this is really about inviting someone to have a conversation, correct?
Correct.
And once that conversation is done, how do you invite them to? Obviously, you got to know who Kim is, but just by asking the questions and me telling you who she is, right? And
Correct.
how do you invite them to start the business or be enrolled in the business? It's not never about closing the business. It's really about opening a relationship, right, with that new person, Kim. So how do you ask that question of, okay, now what questions they may have and so forth. So now this is start the business. So I think it's key. How do we ask for that business?
You mean that your question is that repeat your question again. I
Yeah.
probably get
So
lost.
let's say the conversations we did the ABC. The questions were answered that Kim asked of you.
Okay.
At the end, I want her to join our team, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's depend on what's kin that. Okay. For example, kin, uh, we got a picture that
Uh-huh.
kin is a working class.
Mhm.
Okay. And she always short every month for the money. Okay.
Mhm.
And she listen to you, listen to Vas, and she know Vas. I know Vas. You invest. You had that other investment business. Is that correct?
Mhm.
So you still the focus on the gymnast
Yeah.
and the kin. When you talk to kin, you find out her need and you share your story. So kin say, "Wow, good. Vas have the main job, but Vas still doing the gymnast." So kin will think, "Well, I can do that too."
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
at that moment, Kim cannot leave her job. So
Mhm.
why? She need income.
Yeah.
But the beauty of the gymnast is that you still can keep your main job,
Mhm.
but at the same time, you
Mhm.
can open a channel on the network and you can keep the cash flow in. So
Mhm.
that's the main purpose. So
Yeah.
I would say people don't feel pressure when we share the genetics with any other people. We are not asking them to make a critical decision. Oh, you're
Mhm.
gonna switch to the genes. No, no, no. You still keep your main job because there's your main money income coming. But at the same time, you can open the channel internet with help with what? Genetics, the team. So if you know that, then finally I will gonna ask that at that. Okay, I say, Kim, after all this, you know that genetics can help the people like you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do we have any question about what I'm just talking about? And he says it's fine. I will say, so Kim, I think this is the right time to join the genetics because you still can keep your job, but at the same time, you can open a channel on the internet to have second, income source. So how
Mhm.
do you think?
Mhm.
Then we're gonna accent directly, or sometimes you can accent directly. It's all depends the atmosphere at that moment.
Mm.
Sometimes I act, sometimes you act. Why? Because sometimes Kim, maybe they have her own issue. She
Mm-hmm.
won't don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Then at this moment, I will say, I will watch and I will say, okay, Kim, if you don't have any other question, you gotta excuse me because I have the other appointment. I gotta leave first. Okay, and this time, Vas is just stand up and thank you me, and
Yeah.
I leave. Then you gotta talk to Kim.
Yeah. So that's
Kim,
when I have a conversation with her
yeah,
about
yeah,
her needs and talking about now that you saw a way to fulfill on that the things that she's looking for, right? We're a solution provider for her, the things that she's
yeah.
dealing with.
Correct. The other why I leave that to you because well, Kim maybe they have some financial issue.
Mm-hmm.
She don't want to let me know.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
maybe she only can afford afford the small package.
Mm-hmm.
She don't let me know. So I
Yeah.
gotta leave that to you. Why? You are a friend. So
Yeah.
she's more comfortable to talk to you guys.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. So, and that's when I had the conversation about what she saw, with the conversation she had with you, and discovering what she's looking for. Like you said, people are looking for things, right? So I repeat again about what she's looking for. Hey, Kim, I know you said you're looking for a second income or to be able to have extra money to travel or send your kids to college. Naturally, you saw how this can work for you over time by getting involved. Are you ready to get started now?
Yeah. And the most important, you gotta say, whatever you do, I will walk with you.
Got it.
Okay, you are not alone. That's it's
Yes.
here. I'm your friend here. I'm your friend here. We're gonna
Sure.
work together.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
her
I think,
confidence.
yeah.
Give her confidence.
Yeah. I think most of the time people are concerned, oh my gosh, I started this new business. I don't know what to do. How do I do this? What do I do? So
Don't worry.
with
Vas
what you
is
say,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
what you say, it's like holding your hand and nurturing them and guiding them to make it easier. Like I'm learning from you, Robert. Like when you're having that ABC conversation, I'm sitting and listening. Okay, what is Robert asking? Let me see the questions he's asking. He asked about her needs are, and then he fulfilled on her needs by sharing with her an opportunity, a platform. So I got it. Yeah.
You
Now
are
I know
smart,
there's
Vas.
a lot of people here, Robert. They may have questions. So if you're here, if you have notes written down, this is a perfect opportunity to ask those questions on your chat. Just type it in, and I'll go through that in the next uh, 10 minutes. We're going to continue this conversation. Robert and I will continue the conversation, and then you're able to ask these questions. Now, again, this is a perfect opportunity because Robert, again, as I said, he has helped a lot of people around the world, and he has teams around the world. He has these conversations daily. So he's a perfect person to ask because he has achieved success in Gen S and continue to grow his business as well. So
Thank you. Thank you.
what other topics do you want to talk about the invitation? So this is really about inviting someone to look at your business.
Okay.
So let's
Repeat
see
your
here.
question again.
Yeah. So the question is, so once they understand, so let's say making that list. A lot of people have the question. So about that list, who do I put on the list? Oh, I don't know 100 people because I was always coached. You make a list of 100 people. At first, people say I don't know 100 people, and
Okay.
how do you overcome that objection? I
Oh,
know
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, that mean how to make your own list. Is that
Sure,
question?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's the tip I'm gonna use. Okay. First, when you make a list, okay, don't screen.
I
Okay,
don't
you only don't screen. Or
Yeah,
what I mean is, we are looking for certain type of people,
yeah.
but what I mean is don't screen is like, oh, these people, like he's a 40 years old. Right now, income is low. Oh, no, he probably not interested in that. I mean, don't judge the people
Don't
first.
judge them. Yeah,
Don't judge. What I would suggest you do, get a coffee or get a tea. Okay, go to the room, close it, and tell the whatever that don't bother me in the next 2 hours. Just sit in
yeah,
there, and then you get a paper or get a book is better. Sit in there. You just think what kind of name you can remember.
hmm
Name and the face. That's it. you write it down first. Remember, just name and the face.
Mm.
So that's, you through this way, you have a lot of name,
Mm.
correct? You
Mm.
have a lot of name. If you, then after that, you just look at the name. Then you put down the, if you know the phone number, put in. Where they live, what they do, put it in. So that's how we make a list. After
Mm.
all that, then we screen with that, like we talked before. People have the needs, okay? People have open-minded, and people that trust in you. People they are looking for the opportunity. People that change the job. So that's the last thing. The first, you gotta create a database. When you have big database, the second thing you gotta do is analysis. Okay, so the database through the analysis, you become what? Information.
Mm.
Okay, we make decision not based on the data, based on the information, but the information needed to be analysis through some criteria. Then you start with that. Okay, if you still not make sure, bring that to your leader and discuss with them why we need to do that. Because through your friend, Vas, we always have the stereotype, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When
Oh
you
yeah.
look at this, yeah, I know you so many years, so I just say, oh, he will not, da, 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 da.
Yeah,
But,
it's a prejudging. Yeah, like you said, the
yes, yes,
judgment. Yeah.
yes, prejudge. So,
Uh,
but if we through the third party's point of view to look at that, maybe he will see something you never see.
yeah.
So I would say, after that, bring the list, discuss with your leader because they are more experienced and they may find some need you never find because you prejudge that. Okay, so that's how we make the list. And then that easily you can have the 50, 60, even 100.
And
Okay, for
and
the
uh,
big database, yeah, go ahead.
and I have experiences where I have done it myself. When I don't know 100 people, I tell myself, right? But actuality, when I look at my phone, I mean, this smartphone has all the list of people, hundreds and hundreds
Uh,
and hundreds of people.
That's the other way. Okay.
Yeah,
When in that 2 hours, if you cannot remember anything, well, take out your phone.
yeah,
But I would recommend to do one thing. Don't leave that in the phone. Put that in the book. And
sure.
you gotta carry that book all the time. Sometimes, like you in the Long Beach,
Yeah,
you drive to the Warner.
yeah,
Okay. When you finish the first appointment, then you probably know, oh, where I'm gonna go. What? Take out your book. Oh, I got a 3 friend live in the Warner. What are you gonna do? Call
yeah,
them. Hey, I'm just here. Oh, how are you? Yeah. So where are you? Oh, I'm in Warner. Oh, really? Come on, let's have coffee. I haven't seen you for a long time. So you can do that. So always carry the book. The name list book is very, very important. So that's why we ask people say put it in the small booklet. It's
mm,
better.
mm. So this way you could continue to add more names as you remember them as well.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah, good. And again, I have made the mistake again, not putting certain people down. And I
Correct.
prejudged them, but and I discovered that those are the people who are looking for something. Because if I discount that, if I don't know, if I don't ask them, how do I ever know? Right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't prejudge your friend.
yeah.
They have something you never know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been that's my the experience. Yeah. Don't prejudging people. You never
Yeah,
know who will do the business. You never know who will not do the business. Sometimes we think, wow, these people, wow, good job. They are rich. Wow, he can do the business very well.
yeah,
No, I don't know. These people, no, it's just working class. You never know.
yeah,
Don't prejudge the people. Open-minded. Talk to them. Okay? Nothing to lose. Just talk to
yeah.
them. Okay. Okay.
And this is another thing that took place where I didn't call a certain friend, right? And I saw them at one of our events. I said, "What are you doing here?" Well,
Oh,
our friend invited us. I, I made the mistake of not inviting.
yeah, because you prejudge him,
I
thinking he will
did,
not do the business. He will
and
not do
they
the business.
joined, and they joined, and they became successful in the business.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but sometimes they join the other team. You just like, oh my
Yeah. Only if I would have called them,
God.
right? And that's, again, that goes to where I prejudged them or took my time. Because I think a lot of people are afraid because they don't want to make that mistake. What do I say? How do I say? So I say practice, right? It's like a physician practices medicine, a lawyer practices law. So it's like myself, what I want to do is I want to practice having conversations with people so I could have conversations, have Robert, the person who is A in this scenario, have conversations with them, right?
Okay.
So that's my thing is to really have that practice. Keep going, keep talking, because I've heard that you can't. The person that wants this, they'll say yes to you, right? They're not going to say no because they feel this is a solution. They're going to say yes. So it's my job to have a conversation with anyone and everyone that comes my way. You know, I've been told about the 3-foot rule. Anyone comes 3 feet of me, I need to have a conversation with them because they're my friends or whoever it is, right?
Well, you can do that. It's very aggressive. Okay. You know, talk about ABC. You know, the vast. Let me ask you a question. You know,
Uh-huh.
do you think who ABC in this process? Who is the most important key person for the success of ABC?
I think the key person is obviously A, because the edification, me edifying you, Robert,
Uh,
the prospect's gonna listen to who you are. Because they
okay.
already know who I am. They may judge me who I am, but they don't know anything about you. And the most
Okay.
important, the prospect is actually the most important person because they're the ones we're having a conversation with to provide that solution.
Okay. Actually, the success rate of ABC is almost 60% is dependent on the B.
And B, that's me, the
B.
bridge. Got it.
Yeah, the
Tell
B
me,
is most,
explain that.
but yeah, a lot of people were mistaken. You know, when I invited people, I just throw them to A and A can handle that. And if A cannot get the deal closed, you know, B will blame A. Well, why? You know, I bring a friend to you, but why you cannot close?
Mhm.
Actually, that is the wrong mindset. Because think about that. We are entrepreneur. We have our own business. When we the first time that when we started our business, and I help you. For me, no one, because that's traditional business. I'm the one that gonna take care of everything. I put tons of money inside. I take the risk, and who gonna help me? Traditional business, you probably don't have any ally. You only have the company, correct?
Mhm. Sure.
So this ABC is just like a business, okay? So you got to think that's my business, and C didn't know A. You are the bridge there.
True.
You gotta provide everything. You know,
Mhm.
find out C's need, making comfortable.
Mhm.
And I have good example, just like a Vas. You know the soccer, right?
Mhm. Sure. Soccer, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. Uh, when somebody want to shoot the gate,
Uh-huh.
usually they need somebody else help to pass the ball,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Yes.
And that people to pass the ball is B.
Mm.
You can arrange that. And
Mm.
A is what? A is the right time at the right moment, right
Mhm.
timing. He kicked the ball,
Mm.
but the time is very short. But
Mhm.
B, the time is long because you got
Mhm.
to arrange that. You can look at who is the defense player, and
Mhm.
you got to know A is here. Then you just pass the ball to the A, and
Mhm.
A kicking score.
Mhm.
So most important is the B. I'm
Mhm.
sorry if I check on my side, but
Mhm.
we all think it's B. B is the most important because success rate for B about is over 60%.
Mhm.
B is very important. Yeah, it's not A because A is there to helping you to make the deal.
I
But
understand.
the preparation is all depend on the B.
Mm. So my job is important because I have to set the stage for the prospect to be open-minded to have a conversation with Robert?
Yeah, and your job just like a director.
Got it.
A is the actor, best actor or best actress,
Mm,
but you are the director. You
got
gotta
it.
know how to play. Okay, so that's sometimes we give the people the concept about ABC. B is the most important.
So one question I wanted to ask this was asked of someone. Again, it's related to invitation, but it's related to being open, right? So this person asked, I saw a friend of mine struggling, and I shared this opportunity with them, and then they said, "No, that's fine. I'm okay. I don't need it." What did I do wrong as me as a person that's having a conversation with my friend?
This question we have a lot of this kind of question. People say, well, he got the need. Why I bring up the issue? That well, he just turned it down. Uh, the reason can be various, but I think the most important is that do you really know what your friend needs?
Mm,
The first thing. Second thing is how you present, how you bring up the genius. Usually people bring up that too early because people have the common mistake. They didn't find out C's need. They mistaken their need as C's need.
mm,
Why? They didn't listen. They didn't listen. Or they had prejudged the people. They just want this one can be fast. I can sign out the order. I can get $200, even
yeah.
$500. So they rush the process, but it's no good. Sometimes a lot of things you got to do the step by step. For this case, because I'm not there, I didn't know that, but I will say, find out what she really need. Okay, do you understand that? Second, the timing you bring up the gymnast or solution is very important.
Mhm.
Sometimes the timing is not mature yet. Don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of people they have no patience. They don't want to listen, and they want to okay. Today I invite to see here, so I gonna close here today. Well, usually that's not guaranteed. It's all depends on how the meeting going that day. Sometimes you gotta say that, but sometimes you cannot say that because we have three things. When the time is not right, don't say it. When the place is not right, don't say it. When the people is not right, don't say it. Why? If you don't say it, you don't break up the relationship. You still got a second chance.
Yeah.
So for this gentleman, I don't know if this answer your question or not. So if you really want to find out that, I suggest you're gonna talk to your leader, sit down with him, and
Sure.
tell them that day when you talk to the C and why, how you talk to them, and what's their need and why they want to reject. That's the other thing very important is that every ABC after that we have the small discussion with B. Either sign order or didn't sign. If you sign order, we're gonna check what we did right today
Mm,
and see if your contact he signed up. Why? Because we gotta duplicate that.
yeah.
Okay, we got a one case. If we cannot sign that, what we did wrong, we gotta check that because the ABC is not just sign order. It's a learning process. Yeah,
Mm. So, so what you're saying is that a person says no because they feel that we didn't understand what they were about. Maybe we rushed it and talked about Jeunesse rather than what's really about listening to what's important to them. So I may know someone struggles, and I don't know exactly what the struggle is till I have that conversation with them, right, Robert?
correct,
So, so if that's the case, so you're talking about this may not be one-time shot and they get involved. So it might be two, three, four exposures to have
correct,
conversations. It might be that warm conversation just to warm up the topic, right? So let's say I
correct,
haven't seen you in a long time, and this comes up often also where they write a list of names. Well, I haven't talked to that person in such a long time. I said, well, of course you haven't talked to them, and they're on the list. They're the open-minded entrepreneur. And for someone like that, what I have done is, Robert, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time, and I want to catch up with you. And at the same time, I want to share something that's really important that I think you'd be fascinated to hear about. So let's just catch up. What's happening in your life? What are you up to, right? So that's a good way to
correct.
open up a conversation.
If you didn't see the people for a long time,
Uh-huh.
uh, usually I will not bring up gymnastics at the first meeting.
Got it.
Why? Because people will think, well, there's not direct selling. Because what the direct selling use?
Uh,
Come on, let's have a coffee. I got something more important to share with you. Well, it's not say it's wrong, but it's case by case.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's a relationship with you. But if you didn't see it for a long time, that you can see like several years or scene change
Hmm.
because what they really need might change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you all your friend uh, a conversation to find out how he's doing right now,
Mm.
how's the life, to know what's the problem, what's the situation he's at, and you gotta after that you gotta find out can gymnastics really help your friend?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, if you can do that, then depend on that day. If you think his timing is right, yeah, you can strike. But if you think, well, the atmosphere or the guy probably not ready at this moment, but we have good conversation, that's good.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you can invite the second conversation. That's what I gonna suggest. Sometimes
Yeah.
you cannot just rush.
Yeah.
People have independent. They are independent. They can make decisions by them, but you gotta make them feel comfortable.
Yes.
And I'm here. I'm really can help you.
Yeah.
And the other is the only thing can decide that is that we are not teaching the people, we're not guiding, we are just leading the people to the right path. But he must be willing to be lead, that's it.
Mm. Mm. And so it's really about being patient and continue to have conversations with them till the timing is right. Got it. Now I
Correct.
have a couple of questions. This is comes from Cleo. What are the steps to take to prospect online strangers? To be friends first, then prospect, and still use inform how to do ABC. Now this is a very touchy subject with a lot of people, strangers versus people we know, our friends and family, right? So Cleo asked about strangers online. So this is because
Is a complete stranger, right?
yeah, complete stranger. She's asking. He's asking. Cleo is asking the steps to take to prospect online strangers. This takes some thick
Prospect.
skin,
uh
and
Let me see.
I think at first, Robert, we have to ask why are we speaking to strangers when there's a list of people in our life, right? Like people who we know to have conversations with. Those are easier. Those are a warmer market. Because the experience I have at talking to strangers is very difficult because they don't have that trust who you are. They don't know who you are.
Yeah,
And
that's
why
right
are they going
point.
to listen? Yeah. Why are they going to listen?
So
That's,
okay, the first thing is you got to build up the trust.
mm,
A lot of people that sign in gymnastics actually is not they understand the platform, the product, because of trust.
mm,
Just like my wife signed in gymnastics because of trust. Okay,
mm,
so first you got to build that trust. But we always know for the stranger, build up trust need time. Correct.
mm,
So they have the one tip. I would suggest uh, if you want do the stranger business, okay, just don't do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got to do a lot. You got to talk to a lot of stranger. Why? Because if your number is low, you're gonna focus on some particular person, and you will give them the pressure. You're gonna rush the process. So what I do is that if you don't do that, you got to build a trust, okay, to make the procedure smoothly, and you got to talk several people, maybe 10 at one time. Best, you know what I mean.
yeah, I
Don't
do.
focus on several strangers because when your number is low, you're gonna create the pressure to the people.
Mm,
Like if you only gonna talk to 5 people, I'm talking to 15 people, 50 people. So they will keep me always busy.
mm,
I will not, put the pressure on these 5 people
sure.
because build up trust. Like right now, I'm one with the people in Canada. I
Mm-hmm,
never met him before.
mm-hmm,
Okay, because why is she that? Because she find me through the YouTube because I do a
uh-huh,
lot of training. Then through that, I need to build a trust. So
Mhm.
I probably answer question. I don't talk a lot about genetics and how you doing or something like that. But at the same time, I talk to a lot of different people. So I will not put the pressure on him. So if like, sometimes they really take time. But we do have case, people, they are really know what they really want.
Mhm.
That's different story. Then
Mhm.
if that one, after you talk, you can talk to the straight to the point. Usually they are looking for the platform product, and the most important, they're looking for the team. The
Mhm.
team they can work with, especially the long distance. So do
Mhm.
you have the way to train the people at the long distance?
Mhm.
So that one I would suggest. Uh, don't rush the process and build a trust need time. Once you
Mhm.
have trust, it's easy to do everything.
Okay, perfect. Um, so what you were saying is speaking to strangers is a completely different conversation than
Yep.
speaking to someone that you know because the trust is already there. So it takes a longer time.
Yeah,
And,
right. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and it takes a longer time. Got it. Okay, perfect. Cleo, I hope that answers your question. It's easier to talk to people we know. And at the same time, Robert, another thing is that let's say I sponsor someone that I know. Let's say I know Kim and I sponsored her. I could actually have conversations with her friends. They might be strangers to me, but they're warm market to Kim. They know Kim and they trust her. So that's another
Mhm.
way to build a business rather than going looking for new people. New people just work with the people that you already are in the business and help them to train them to build their team.
That's the beauty of this business because Jeunesse, the expand just like the Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, Facebook, why how come they have the 2 billion users around the world? Because the Facebook, once you know someone,
Yeah.
once I know Kim through the Facebook, and Kim's friend will know me.
Of course.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Jeunesse is like that. Okay, the second thing is that through my leisure experience, Vas, you know that a lot of people can make you think explore. Usually, it's not the friend you know, it's somebody you didn't know. So
Yes.
that's the beauty of this business. Why?
Yes.
Because your network is limited.
Yes.
But if they have system control your network and connect to larger network, then connect to huge network.
Yeah.
So that's the rate of success is excellent. So that's why I like Jeunesse. But
Yeah.
you gotta start with your comfort zone, the people you know
You
that.
know. Yeah.
Not everyone of that will take Jeunesse, but some of them will do that. And then they will talk to their friend. You don't need to do that.
Mhm.
After they do that, the comeback, you just do the ABC. Then you reach their, you know what I mean. So that's connection, duplication, and
Mhm.
then you got member around the 150 countries.
Mhm.
So don't
Yeah.
worry
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Mm.
Another question. I know we're running. Actually, we're over by 2 minutes, but we're going to complete this last question and then complete the Zoom session. So we have a question from Lynn. This is a really good question. Lynn's asking, after I share with my friends,
Mhm.
they're silent. They're not picking up my calls. They're not calling me back. And Lynn's asking, did I lose a friend?
Okay. That's a very common question. Okay, Lynn, I didn't know you, but according to my experience, when that happened, you spoke too much. You spoke too much because your friend not ready, and you tell them everything, and through their experience, they just say it's a direct selling. Lynn, you are looking for the another downline. Usually, that's very common. Just we talk too much. We didn't listen. We didn't listen. Okay. Usually, if you are not selling, if you are solution provider, people will like you.
Mhm.
Even they don't want Jeanette, but they still your friend. So this one link, I can guarantee that if you do the proper thing, if you are listen and when the time mature, you say Jeanette. If not, you just be quiet. Why? Not all of your friends, they are willing to do the Jeanette. But don't forget, if they don't do the Jeanette, they're still your friend. How about if they do the GS? They are just friends. They are comrade. You fight together, you work together. So Lynn, think about that. Maybe you talk too much. Okay. If you got question that, talk to your leader and bring back the conversation of that day, and your leader will tell you you talk too much or not.
Well, in conclusion, I like to make a statement. Then after that, Robert, I'm sure you would want to make a concluding statement. So what I like to say is that there are people in our life, the conversations we have, it's really important to really get down to determine what's important to them. And it's not about Jeunesse. It's really about discovering what's important to them and fulfilling on their needs. Now, you may have to dig deeper. Let's say somebody has issues, they're looking for money. You have to really discover what that money is for. Why is that money important? Oh, I need to pay my mortgage. I understand it's important to pay your mortgage. And then have a deeper conversation instead of saying, well, I got this company called Jeunesse and these products and people make a lot of money. I make a lot of money. They don't really care. People don't care how much you know. They only care that you care about them and what's important to them. And that's my closing statement. So Robert, we've had an exciting 1 hour conversation. It went by so fast. And in parting, what would you like to tell our viewers here or our attendees here?
Actually, the bottom line is, I think that you're a leader. You are very, very smart because you just say the right point. How to invite and how to the ABC. Okay, I think the attitude is very important. I always ask myself when I go out to talk to people, I'm not thinking about I gotta sign him today. I gonna tell myself how can I help the person sit in front of me today? So if I keep that in my mind, and I will quiet down, I'll listen, I will smile, and I will put myself in he or her shoe to look at Jeunesse, what kind of Jeunesse should provide, and will make him or her comfortable. So it's very simple, just like you talk to your friend. If you have the passion, you have a companion, then that's it. Jeunesse, just like Jeunesse is people business. Okay, look at me. The people like me, this kind of face, so serious. I can do the Jeunesse. You have loving smile, you have beauty face like that. You're handsome. You guys can do much better than me, but you just need to know some tips there, and you're gonna be great.
Well, perfect. So Robert, thank you so much for spending this hour with us, hour and a few minutes extra today. I know there's a lot of people here. They may have not have asked questions. Maybe the questions were answered. And at this point, please get back to the person who put you on the webinar and let them know if you're here for the first time. Let them know if you're in the business or out of the business. And we have these trainings regularly at the same time, same day. Our next presentation is going to be Sunday or Monday, depending on where you are in the world. So ask the person who invited you. They'll put you on the next webinar. This way you can understand more about Jeunesse and about the company, the technology, and how to create the lifestyle that you always want and deserve. So thank you so much. Again, thank you so much for your time, Robert. I know it's early morning for you in Taiwan. And I've learned a lot from you, Robert. So thank you again. Take care.
Thank you, Vas. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If you see something for yourself, get back to the person who shared this video with you. And don't forget to subscribe to the official USGS YouTube channel to receive future videos.